In the sleepy town of Ravens Hollow, nestled in a forgotten corner of the Appalachian Mountains, a centuries-old curse whispered through the winds. The townsfolk spoke little of it, but the unease hung in the air like a dense fog. Ethan, a young journalist from the city, arrived in Ravens Hollow with skepticism and a camera. He was there to debunk the myths and legends that shrouded the town, particularly the legend of the Hollows, a series of abandoned mines said to be cursed by the spirits of trapped miners. The first few days in town were uneventful. The locals were tight-lipped, sharing little about the Hollows. Ethan's inquiries were met with cold stares and hushed warnings. Undeterred, he decided to explore the mines himself. Equipped with a flashlight and a recorder, Ethan ventured to the Hollows at dusk. The entrance of the mines loomed like a gaping mouth of darkness. As he entered, the air turned cold, and a sense of foreboding settled over him. The deeper Ethan went, the more disoriented he became. The walls of the mine seemed to shift, and the echoes of his footsteps sounded strange, as if someone else was walking beside him. He pressed on, determined to find something concrete to report. That's when he heard the voices. Faint at first, they grew clearer, the whispers of pain and despair, echoing through the tunnels. Ethan's skepticism faltered. He started recording, his hands trembling as the whispers grew into tormented wails. A sudden chill enveloped him, and he felt hands, ethereal yet cold, grasping at him. In a panic, he dropped his equipment and ran. He didn't stop until he burst out of the mine's entrance, gasping for air under the starless night sky. Shaken, Ethan returned to his hotel, trying to convince himself it was just his imagination. But that night, he heard the whispers again in his dreams, the cries of men long dead, recounting tales of collapse, betrayal, and a curse spoken with dying breaths. The next day, Ethan sought more information about the mines. An old man, claiming to be a descendant of one of the miners, agreed to talk. He told Ethan a grim tale. Over a century ago, a group of miners discovered a vein of something dark and otherworldly deep within the Hollows. Fearing what they found, the town leaders decided to seal the mine, trapping the miners inside to keep the discovery secret. The old man said that since then, the spirits of the miners sought to communicate their story, to have the truth revealed and their souls freed from the cursed mines. Ethan couldn't shake off the story or the voices he had heard. He decided to go back to the mines, this time to document everything. As night fell, he entered the Hollows again. The whispers returned, more urgent now. Ethan's recorder captured every sound, every pained confession of the trapped spirits. The deeper he went, the more intense the sensations became. He felt their despair, their anger, and their unyielding desire for closure. In the heart of the mine, Ethan found the remains of the old miners, their bones lying as if they had been reaching for the surface. Among them lay a strange, blackened mineral, pulsing with an eerie energy. It was the source of the curse, the reason for the town's suffering and silence. Ethan knew he had to bring this to light. He gathered some of the mineral and made his way out of the mines, but as he did, the mine started to tremble, a deep rumble echoing from within. It was collapsing. With every ounce of his strength, Ethan raced towards the exit. The ground shook violently, and the ceiling started to cave in. Just as he saw the night sky, a large rock struck him, and darkness enveloped him. He awoke in the hospital, battered but alive. The townsfolk had found him at the entrance of the mine, which had collapsed entirely. His recordings were released, and the story of the Hollows and the cursed mineral became a sensation, drawing attention from all corners of the world. The spirits of the miners were never heard again after the collapse. Some say they were finally at peace, their story told. Others believe the curse still lingers, buried under the rubble, waiting. Ethan left Ravens Hollow, his skepticism replaced by a deep understanding of the unknown. The whispers from the Hollows echoed in his mind, a constant reminder of the thin veil between the living and the spirits that linger in forgotten places. The town of Ravens Hollow returned to its sleepy existence, but the legend of the Hollows remained, a tale of greed, tragedy, and the echoes of souls forever entwined with the Appalachian Mountains.